Alright, so if there's 10 foods, I personally think every single person should have this in their house. If you're trying to lose weight or not, these are 10 foods I personally think you need to have in your kitchen if you want to lose weight. And we're gonna get into it. Let's get into number one, my all-time personal favorite, Greek yogurt. You gotta have Greek yogurt in your kitchen. To me, it's kind of just like, it's low calorie, not low calorie, but it's low calorie per serving, high in protein, barely any fiber, barely any carbs, barely any fat, and it's just, you can mix it with almost technically anything if you ask me. So to me, it's like, you gotta have Greek yogurt in your kitchen. You got to. I'll say some sort of fat-free cheese. Now look, I understand. People always want to say, oh yeah, like, fat-free is bad, there's preservatives, there's like additives in it. But the truth of the matter is, you're getting, for 45 calories, you're getting 9 grams of protein. You're not getting that anywhere else. You're personally not getting that anywhere else. Cottage cheese. I'll say get the low-fat cottage cheese because, like I said again, for 90 calories per serving, you're getting 16 grams of protein. And you could practically mix this with almost anything. You can mix it with your eggs. You can mix this with practically just anything. Come on now. You know I was going to bring this one up. Egg whites. You can't say you're on a diet if you don't consume egg whites. Because to me, it's like, for 25 calories, you're getting 5 grams of protein. And like I said before, you're not getting that anywhere else. Now we're going to get into some more technical stuff. This is my personal favorite, but I'll say if you're really trying to lose weight, condiment. Me personally, I think this GQ's is like one of the best low-calorie condiments, but you gotta have it. If you're anything like me, you just like condiments, I'll say get that. Another personal favorite of mine that I'll honestly say that everyone should at least have is, like what I said, no sugar ketchup. Because I think regular ketchup has 20 calories per serving, but sugar-free ketchup has almost like, what, 10 calories per serving? So to me, it's like you gotta have it in your kitchen. This one is maybe controversial, but I'll say get some sort of low-carb bread. It could be keto bread, it could be high-fiber bread, but some sort of bread that's high in fiber, low in carbs, has moderate amounts of proteins and very low calorie. This one is only like what? For every slice, for every wrap, it's like what, 70 calories? If you try to weigh it out gram for gram, it's probably gonna be like maybe 80, maybe 85. But what's a regular wrap? A wrap is like what, 200-300 calories? So you're saving like a ton, like a shit ton of calories. I'm gonna get some flack, but I'll say get some sort of omega-3s. It could be in terms of sardines, mackerel, salmon, cod, whitefish. Preferably, I say salmon, but me, I've been doing some research and I think I prefer more along the lines of sardines because it's easy to consume. It's very small fish, so it has less mercury. And I'll say sardines are more like wild caught, if you ask me, compared to like some salmons, because I've heard how some salmons are farm raised and they use like pink dye to make it pink. And salmon looks like white fish, so it's just like this is a lot of research. But like I said, if I prefer you to say, oh, I'm not eating salmon versus I'm eating salmon that's not wild caught, just get the salmon. I don't even know what number I'm on at this point, but I'll say if you're on a diet, I don't care what you're doing, unless you have some type of like liver problems, have some sort of like whey protein in your house. Me personally, I'm not all for those fancy brands. I like to keep it simple and get some sort of like, low calorie, like, some protein powder. Cause like what, it's easy to consume and it's straight protein. For every 120 calories, you're getting like what, 24 grams of protein? You can't beat that. I don't know how much I have left, but I'm doing my last two. Some sort of caffeine and some sort of frozen fruit. Unless you're keto, I'll say some sort of like frozen vegetables, But if you're anything like me and you need carbs, some sort of frozen fruit, because I would rather you snack on fruit than you saying, oh, I snacked on some chips or snacked on some candy. I would prefer you say, oh, I snacked on some fruit. I would prefer that. And to me, it's like, not all carbs are created equal. And let's say hypothetically, you want some keto diet, some carnivore diet, get some vegetables. Can't go wrong with some broccoli, And like I said before, I'll say some decaf coffee, because I feel like what people don't understand about coffee as a whole, coffee was the first Ozempic. I personally feel coffee was the first Ozempic. Ozempic. So to me, it's like people don't really understand that if you wake up first thing in the morning and consume decaf coffee or regular coffee, it's going to suppress your appetite. Most people don't notice because most people don't really think about it. Okay, like what could I do to prolong my eating for a long period of time? And the thing is, you want to consume decaf coffee. Here's a little bonus for y'all. But I'll say get monk fruit with allulose. You could get any type of like, sweetener, artificial sweetener. And the thing is, there's no research really saying that, oh yeah, artificial sweetener causes cancer, blah, blah, blah. There is no studies on that. Like, there's legit none. And the thing is, I want you to do your research about allulose. They actually say if you consume allulose, which is an artificial sweetener, no, it's a natural sweetener that you see in the wild. It's just very low calorie. There's study that actually shows that if you consume allulose, it can actually bring down your blood sugar spike, and it can actually make you lose weight while you consume sugar. So to me, it's like, do your independent research on that. Let me know what y'all think, and I'm gonna holler at y'all.